What's up? We are back with another March Madness video. We made our predictions. When did we make our predictions? What was it?
That was like a week
A
ago.
week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, we made our predictions for the first round. We had a couple of spot on predictions. We had a couple of really bad predictions, but so we'll see how this
Oh,
goes.
Troy. Oh, Troy.
Hey man, let's not talk about Virginia, bro. You said Virginia was a Final Four team. Anyways, we are here to give our Sweet 16 predictions. We'll give all 8 games right now.
hmm
And I don't know where to start. So where do you want to start this?
Uh, should we start with the ones tonight? Probably the first ones
I
here
don't even
tonight.
know what's on tonight besides
Uh,
Illinois and Houston, bro. Like that's what I'm
Texas
trying to
Purdue is
watch.
the first one tonight.
Oh, that's that game's garbage. So obviously the Texas Longhorns, who are an 11 seed, keep the double-digit Sweet 16 streak alive. I didn't think there was going to be a double-digit seed to
Yeah,
get in the Sweet 16, but they made it happen. How many? I don't know how many years in a row it's happened. It's probably happened like
it's
at least
been
10 years.
it's been quite a long time.
So Texas, obviously, I had or didn't have any expectations for them going into the tournament. I'm not gonna lie, I picked BYU in a survivor pool, and I lost on the first day in my survivor pool because BYU lost to Texas, and I thought, you know what, Texas's luck is gonna run out against who'd they play even
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, and surely it didn't. So Texas obviously has one of the hottest offenses in the country right now. They're just really hot in general. Their big man's been playing really good. He hasn't been making his free throws, but their big man for Texas is insane. Dylan Swain's been playing good. Tremont Mark's been playing good. Like this team across the board, I mean, it kind of looks unbeatable with their offense. Now, on the other hand, I've been really impressed by Purdue. Purdue, I don't even know who they played the first couple of matches.
They
They
beat
obviously played
Queens, and then they beat frick. Who
what
they beat in
seven
the
seed
second
they
round?
what seven seed did they beat? Oh, they beat Miami. They beat the Canes,
Yep,
which
yep, yep, yep.
I have Miami actually winning that game. So this little section of this bracket I completely screwed up on so far, but I don't know where to really start here because I think Purdue is bound to choke because that's what happens every March. But I also think that Texas played some really inconsistent teams. So I'm going to go ahead and have to say Purdue makes it to the Elite Eight. They're guaranteed to lose next round in my opinion. There's no way they make the Final Four. It's just not happening. But for the most part, I'm confident that Texas's luck has to run out eventually, or at least it should run out because I mean, I just don't see it with this defense, man. This defense hasn't even been good in tournament time.
Yeah, I mean, Texas's defense has been atrociously bad all season long, so it's nothing's going to change on that. But Purdue, I will say, has done a pretty good job of amping up their defense. In
Yeah,
the
Purdue's
last two
defense has
two or
been
three
solid.
weeks, it hasn't been the best thing ever, but they've definitely been playing a lot better. Um, Especially after a rough regular season of defense. But
Yeah,
I completely agree. I think Texas's magic will probably just uh, end here, but I do think it's two really good offenses, so I do think it'll be pretty high scoring. Hopefully, it's a good game. But out of all the games today, I think this will probably be the worst one.
yeah, definitely.
I'm not looking forward to this game. I probably won't be watching this game. Um,
Yeah,
but I think Purdue will win this game by 5 to 10 points.
yeah,
Um, or they could just shellac them. I don't know, but I don't know if Texas has enough uh, on the defensive end to slow any of those guys for Purdue down.
yeah. Arizona, baby. I mean, Arizona's my team to win it this year, so
Yep,
I'm
same
rooting for
here.
Arizona for the brackets. But
Yep.
obviously, I mean, I'd like to see Duke too. But moving on, what game's the next game? I
After
have
that,
no idea
it
what
is
the schedule
Nebraska
is.
and Iowa.
They play tonight.
Yep, that's tonight. Nebraska and
Whoa!
Iowa at 6:30.
Jack's Cornhuskers play the Iowa Hawkeyes for a third time this year. They're
Yeah,
1-1
guy.
on the season. I know Jack is probably crapping himself after watching Iowa beat the brakes off. Well, they
I
didn't beat the brakes off Florida, but they were kind of dominating them in the first half at least. So,
I've never cheered harder for another team, like, in my entire life. Like, I was almost
mm,
a diehard Florida fan. For I was a
mm,
diehard Florida fan for that entire game, bro.
yeah,
But, I mean, at the end of the day, Florida proved us right. They weren't very good,
yeah,
ultimately. They
which
played
we
in a
had
trash
correct too.
conference. Um, they're overrated, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, Iowa, I mean, just playing really good right now. Bennett Sturts played fine, I guess. Nebraska, though, I mean, they've exceeded my expectations in the tournament so far. Obviously, I said Troy was going to win. I obviously Nebraska won that game.
By, like,
Obviously,
30.
they beat Vanderbilt, which like that shot, bro. That shot should have gone in. Like that thing was in the rim practically. So, anyways, Nebraska somehow is in the tournament still. They play Iowa, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't know when the last time Nebraska's beat Iowa 2 times in the season, but I'm just gonna say they can't do it tonight because I don't know. They just haven't done it in forever. Like, when's the last time they beat Iowa twice in the season in any
Uh,
sport? In any sport besides volleyball?
I think we beat them twice 2 years ago.
Two
2 years
years
ago,
ago in
Iowa
basketball.
was not very good 2 years ago.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure we beat them twice 2 years ago,
mm. Anyways,
but that's still a
it,
long
it's
time. These
gonna
are
be
2
a, it's
completely
gonna
different
be
teams.
a 50-50 matchup. Tough draw for both teams, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just like Iowa, man. Like obviously they beat the 1 seed. They're have a lot more momentum on their side, and I mean Nebraska, man. I think they're still they're just lucky to be here after that missed shot by Tyler Tanner. So that's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm a little nervous for this game, can't lie. Everyone at school is cheering against me. It's just me against the world right now. And clearly Jonah's against me too. Uh, but credit to Iowa, man. I hate them, but they beat the number 1 seed in the second round. So I got to give them props for that. They played a really good game. But Bennett Sturts has not been playing fantastic as of lately. He has not like been that guy. I mean, he had a solid game against Clemson, but Clemson sucks. So
That's true.
I'm not giving him credit for that. But this is going to be a really good game, and this is no matter who wins this game, this is going to be monumental because this is just a battle of the Midwest. And you love to see rivalries in big tournament games like this. So it'll be fun. It'll be a good environment, I'm sure. Um, but I can't go against my Huskers, man. Price Sanford is playing like one of the best players in the country right now. He just can't miss from three. He's a dog. Braden Frager, obviously, is a stud freshman who hit the game winner against Vanderbilt. Sam Hoiberg continues to be the best glue guy of all time and is just a stud. The difference maker in this game for me is Rink Mass for the Huskers. Their center. If he plays bad, if he does not get any rebounds, Nebraska's going to lose this game by maybe 10 plus. Because if they can take him out of the game, um, it's not going to be good. But if he can play a good game, I think Nebraska will win this game. Um, Nebraska. I'm not worried about Nebraska's defense, but first time that these two teams played, we did our live while I was in Arizona, and uh, Iowa held Nebraska to their season low uh, before the UCLA game. But um, give me the Huskers winning this game and a close one and a thriller. But I will say this: whoever wins this game, I don't see them winning in the next one. So this one is just for bragging rights, pretty much.
No.
So
They
give
have
me
the honors
Nebraska.
of getting spanked by Illinois or Houston. So
Yeah, both
moving
those teams are
on.
playing pretty great. So
Yeah, moving on. I have no idea what the schedule of these games. You gotta
the
have them
next
scheduled for me.
one, the next one is frick. Yeah, the next one's Illinois. No, the
No,
next
it's
one.
no, it's
No,
late.
the next one is Arizona and Arkansas.
All right, Arizona and Arkansas. Now this is a game that I actually really want to watch. I'm kind of bummed
Yeah,
that these games are later, not
yeah, it
earlier,
sucks,
because
bro.
I I'm sick and tired of just them glazing the West Coast and glazing LA, bro. Like that's just stupid.
Holy
Anyways,
crap.
what happened?
O'Neal Cruz just flipped his bat like halfway across the stadium. On a
Really?
swing and he just swung and missed.
I mean, he's
That's
been playing horrible so
that's
far.
so
So,
bad.
anyways, Arizona, the best team in college basketball, in my opinion, plays Arkansas, who is just very, very hot. Now, Arkansas, I don't even know. They played, what was it, California Baptist? No, that was Kansas.
Hawaii. They beat
They played
Hawaii and they beat
Hawaii
High Point.
and they beat High Point. Granted, the High Point game was very close, or closer than what needed to be. But Arkansas obviously has the offense to beat Arizona. They obviously have the team to beat Arizona. I mean, Arkansas is no joke. Let me just say that. But
Yeah.
Arizona, in my opinion, has just been dominant so far in the tournament. Obviously, they beat the 16 seed, but they played Utah State, which Utah State is a very good team,
Yeah.
and they were in control. They never were down throughout the game. So it'll be interesting to see what Arkansas can do. They're obviously going up against the best of the best, going up against Tommy Lloyd, which Tommy Lloyd might be the new UNC coach. We will see about that. And there's one thing I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and is that John Calipari does not do well in March. So, congrats for making the second round. But I mean, I just got something against John Calipari because he's never been able to win big games. So this is obviously a big game, and I just don't see it. I just don't see a world where Arkansas could beat Arizona, where John Calipari can finally win a big game, especially in this stage. So prove me if I'm wrong, Arkansas, but Darius Acuff is going to have to score 70 points if you guys have a chance, or if you guys want a chance.
Yeah. For me, looking at this game, it's the best team versus the team that has the best player left in the tournament. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Darius Acuff's the best player left, because the Bonsa lost in the first round already, and to me, it's between those two. So I think if Arizona does a good enough job of slowing down Acuff, I don't think they're going to have an issue in this game. Um, we see if they can get up by double digits. I don't see them losing that lead. And like you said earlier, the Arkansas has played Hawaii and High Point, and so they really don't have the experience against the best of the best teams in the last 2 weeks. Now Arizona has played a really good team in Utah State,
Yeah.
so they're going to be coming off of that battle tested win. Now Arkansas played close against High Point, but High Point was just playing good because they had all the hype around them and everyone was cheering for them. So this is going to be a really good game. I think Acuff's going to play well. Obviously, I kind of need Arizona to win this game for my bracket, but um, I'm going to pick Arizona because they're just the best team in the country right now. No one's going to stop them as of right now. I haven't seen a team that has come close to them. So give me Arizona winning this game. Pretty close
Yeah.
in a closer game than a lot of people think.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the game everybody's been waiting for. This is the game that I am certainly waiting for. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch it because I have to wake up at like 6 in the morning for a
Yeah,
meet
me
for
too.
track. But
Yeah, me too.
anyways, I'm just super mad it's at 9:30. But it's Illinois versus Houston. Now these are two teams who they're basically guaranteed to make the Final Four. No disrespect to Iowa and Nebraska,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
this is the real ticket to the Final Four. Let's be real. And Houston obviously is defending its national champion title appearance, whatever you want to call it. They're defending their final four spot, so they got to make it back again. And Illinois has just been outstanding as of lately. Obviously, Keaton Wagler has been good, but their big man, I always forget his name, but their big man has been absolutely unstoppable. And Kylan Boswell has been very good too. So, high-powered offense versus a high-powered defense in Houston. I mean, Kingston Flemings versus Keaton Wagler, like two of the best guards in the country playing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be good. But I said at the beginning of our predictions, I don't know if you remember this, but I said Illinois was the best team in the region, and I had Illinois making it out of
Mhm.
the region.
I did too.
And I still stand by that. I have Illinois in my championship game against Arizona, and it looks really good right now. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully they can get past Houston, but I think they'll be able to get the job done versus Houston. Houston, while they have all the guards, while they have three great guards, they don't really have a ton of great big men. Man, their big men are very lackluster, and Illinois has one of the best big men in the country. So I really like their big man from Illinois. I really like their offense. And they can keep up with anybody. I mean, like you said, I think the winner of this is guaranteed to go to the Final Four. They could even be your national championship. I think they'll probably beat Duke the way Duke's been playing. So that's that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna say this. You said this is the game for the Final Four, pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and say this might be the game for a national championship appearance. The teams
Okay.
up in the region ahead of them, I can't remember which one that one is.
It's
The one
Michigan
with Duke,
State, UConn, and Duke, and St.
yeah,
John's.
and St. John's. I haven't been impressed with all the as I have not have I haven't been as impressed with the other teams as I have with these two. These two are playing the best. Duke obviously almost lost to Siena.
Oh
St.
God.
John's choked the lead to Kansas, but still won. UConn had a really close game against Furman, and
And
a
against
close
UCLA.
and against UCLA. Michigan State, I don't even know. They beat NDSU and they beat Louisville. Congrats. Like that's not impressive to me. So these two teams are playing absolutely great basketball right now. I have Illinois in my Final Four for my brackets that I filled out. Um,
Yeah.
and this is a tough game. But to me, Houston's the more experienced team. And they're playing really, really well right now. And I actually think Houston's gonna. I'm going against my own bracket here. I think Houston's gonna win this game. They're still ticked off after that loss last year in the national championship, trying to avenge the loss last year. And Kingston Flemings is an absolute stud. And they always say that defense wins championships. And Illinois' defense has been spotty at sometimes, especially against good guards in that Wisconsin game in the Big Ten tournament. So I think Houston will win this game in a thriller. Probably one of the better games this weekend.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Friday. I think I kind of know the
I
order of
have
the
no
Friday.
idea the schedule for tomorrow. I have no
So
idea what the
first,
schedule
I
is.
think the first game on Friday is Duke and St. John's. Now, this is going to be a very good game. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. St. John's, I mean, has been playing very well. They obviously beat the 12 seed. What 12 seed did they beat? I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Northern
Anyway,
Illinois.
yeah, they beat Northern. You meant Northern Iowa.
Yeah,
Iowa.
Northern Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Northern
beat
Iowa.
Northern Iowa, who's one of the best mid majors. They have the top 20 defense in the country, and they beat Kansas, which that was definitely something. So they played Duke, who I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been impressed with Duke. So as you guys know, I'm a Duke fan.
Yeah.
The Siena game,
I
don't know
was
what to say
watching that
about
in
that.
Target, bro. I was watching that game in Target, and I was like, "Oh no, Jonah's got to be freaking out right now."
Yeah, obviously, I watched the TCU game that was over the weekend, and if it wasn't for that goaltending, man, it would have been quite a bit different game. That was like a 4-point swing. So that goaltending call was definitely something, but I guess whatever. So I don't know if Caleb Foster's back. Maybe he'll be back for. I don't think he's back for St. John's. So they have Patrick Ngongba though, and they have Cameron Boozer who's been playing amazing. So I am gonna go ahead and obviously pick Duke. Duke is the number one overall team in the country right now, and I'm just picking up mainly because Cam Boozer's been just amazing this tournament, and I am going against St. John's because Rick Pitino, similar to John Calipari, does not win games in March. Like, I mean, he obviously blew it to Arkansas last year. That was absolutely pathetic, and this year he was a couple minutes away from losing to Kansas, which Kansas is not a very good team. So he got lucky against Kansas, but Duke is talent wise is completely on a different scale than Kansas is. So I'm obviously going to pick Duke here. I wouldn't be shocked if St. John's wins, but I just can't trust Rick Pitino because he just doesn't coach well in big moments.
Yeah, I mean, Duke is obviously not playing the best right now, which is obviously not what you want. But
Yeah,
I think they'll find a way. You look at St. John's, and St. John's just absolutely just almost solo bag against a team that we've been hating on all season long. So I was not impressed with that at all, especially since they had such a big lead and they just completely blew it. So
yeah,
to me, that shows they're just not the most disciplined team in the country right now. Now, not saying that Duke isn't either, because they obviously said that they were just expecting a cakewalk against Siena. So that's not good. But I think Duke is just more skilled, and I think the skills are what's going to win them this game. But I would not be surprised if St. John's finds a way to win this game. But I
yeah,
think Duke's win this game in a close one.
yeah. Moving on, we got the game that should be the easiest to predict this week. Granted, I think it could be an upset still. We got Michigan versus Alabama. Now, Alabama has been pretty good. They obviously kicked the crap out of Texas Tech. Granted, Texas Tech was kind of a sorry team ever since they lost JT Toppin, but they obviously beat the crap out of Hofstra too. So Alabama
Yeah.
playing really good. I don't think they have Aiden Holloway still. I think he's still not playing, but their guard Philin, I completely butchered that, but Philin is one of the best players in the country. He's going to be a top 10 NBA pick. He's really good. Amari Allen's been playing good. Like this Alabama team is just honestly just always good in the tournament as of lately. Like they've been getting the job done ever since they made the Final Four against UConn 2 years ago. So Alabama plays Michigan, and I think their luck runs out here. Michigan has looked very, very good these first two games they played. I forgot who they play. I always forget who these 8 seeds are in this tournament. I don't know why, but
Uh, they played St. Louis.
yeah, they played St. Louis, and I was so mad that Georgia
I
lost to
was
St.
so
Louis.
ticked off. I was ticked. I had Georgia
Anyways,
winning in every bracket that I
I did
made.
too. I did too. I also picked Georgia in my second survivor pool, so I had two survivor pools, and I picked Georgia and BYU. Never again am I picking that low of seeds in a survivor pool. Anyways, Michigan, they beat St. Louis and they beat Long Island. I don't freaking know, but you play comp now and are in Alabama, and it'll be interesting. Obviously, the guards are the most critical part for Michigan. Elliot Cadeau is the X factor or kryptonite of this team, and it'll always be like that. So I think they'll get the job done against Alabama, though. Alabama just doesn't have a defense. They were they played fine overall defensively, but they probably don't. I don't think they have Aiden Holloway still, and you need every guy in March. And this defense is just not good enough to compete with Michigan's front court. And their front court for Alabama is not even good to begin with. So their guards are really good, but the front court's kind of cheeks. And Michigan has like the best front court in the country. So Michigan's probably easily going to get past them, and they're probably easily going to make the Final Four. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Alabama is a really fast team. Obviously coming out of the SEC there. Um, but Alabama's defense is just so cheeks. It's
It
just really
is.
bad. It's just really bad. They've never had a good defense. And I just think Michigan, they'll get Lindeberg in there. He'll probably drop a calm 20 points, and that'll be all she wrote. I mean, Michigan's a far better team. That's a far better coach team. They're more skilled.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the only way that Alabama wins this game is if they do exactly what Purdue did last week, about a week and a half ago, in that Big Ten championship game. Um, but I just don't see that happening. They're just not as good as Michigan is. Um, so I think Michigan's gonna. This will probably be the blowout of the weekend. I would say. Um,
Yeah.
that might
I
be hot.
agree.
I don't know, but
I agree.
I just think Michigan's a far better team than Alabama is, and
Yeah.
this is usually where Alabama makes it every year. It's the Sweet 16, so
Or the Elite
yeah,
Eight. Yeah.
yeah. So give me Michigan. uh, by like 10 or 15 or something.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got the second match in the East region. We got Michigan State and UConn. Now, UConn has not impressed me at all. They've been playing terrible,
Yeah.
and I'm surprised they're even here because Furman gave them a heck of a game,
Yeah, dude. I thought Furman was about to win that game, dude.
and UCLA gave them a heck of a first half.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they
they
did.
ran away, but I mean, I just think UConn's not any good. Obviously, I had UCLA beating UConn, so they've exceeded my expectations at least. So that's that. Anyways, they play Michigan State. Michigan State hasn't played anybody good. The two teams they've played haven't done anything really. Like I don't know. Anyways, I'm picking Michigan State this game. Obviously, UConn is experienced. They have what it takes. They have Terrace Reed, who Terrace Reed played really bad against UCLA, but he had 30 and 30 against Furman, which was the only reason why they won. So if Terrace Reed plays good, I can easily see UConn beat Michigan State. And on the other hand, if Jeremy Fears continues to play like the two-way player like he is, I mean, it's going to easily be Michigan State. Like he's the leader of this team. He's going to get it done. So I think Michigan State is overall more athletic. They're better coach. I think Thomas is a better coach than Dan Hurley. Maybe a hot take, may not be. I don't know. I think Dan Hurley's overrated, but they're just more athletic. They're better coached. They're better defensively. Like they're both not great offensively. Like Michigan State is just slightly better than UConn in every single statistic, and they're pretty similar teams actually. So, like I said, Terrace Reed, if he has a big game, go figure. UConn can win, but Michigan State's going to get the job done. I mean, that's all I got to say. So, I mean, Tom Izzo chokes a lot in the tournament too, so I could easily see Michigan State losing. But this is going to be the year where they potentially get to the Final Four.
Yeah, I picked Michigan State to go to my Final Four, or no, not to my Final Four, the Elite Eight, and I think that'll probably happen. I just don't trust UConn, but I am proud to say that I did not fall for the UCLA propaganda. So I picked UConn to beat UCLA, so I was pretty happy when they won that game.
Yeah,
But this to me, this is probably the toss up. This is the toss up. It's this game and the Iowa Nebraska game. These are the two toss up games for me. Um, you obviously have a more skilled team in Michigan State, but you have the more experienced veteran team in UConn. So uh, I think I just feel like I agree. I think this is Michigan State's. Uh, this is probably one of their last chances. I don't. Izzo's getting up there in age, right? So Hurley's going to have plenty of opportunities at UConn. But I think Michigan State is going to be more desperate for this game. But could easily see UConn winning this game. But give me Michigan State in a really close game.
yeah. Another thing I want to mention for UConn is their guards have been playing awful for the tournament. Like their guards suck. Um, the only good player has been the Braden dude, the Braden freshman guy. He's been elite, but Solo Ball has been horrible. They need good guard play, especially when you're going up against Jeremy Fierce, who's a top 10 player in the tournament. So that brings us to our last game of the tournament, and it's my most interesting one. I really want to see this. It's
Yeah.
Tennessee versus Iowa State.
Jeez.
Now, we both said whoever the winner between Virginia and Tennessee has a great
Yeah.
opportunity to make a Final Four run. And
Hmm.
I got it correct with Tennessee. Jack got it wrong with Virginia. But I mean, we're both kind of correct at the end of the day. So I mean, this Tennessee team, a lot of people are hating on Tennessee, but this Tennessee team is the best rebounding team in the country left. They're the best. They're great at getting offensive boards. They rebound their offense, or they get putbacks like 90%, or what is it, 75% of the time. Like, did you hear that? 75% of the
Hmm.
time when they miss it,
Absolutely
they get an
crazy.
offensive board. So like Nate Menz
Absolutely
is the
nuts.
top 5 player in the draft. Nate Menz, amazing. Gillespie has been on fire. And Iowa State, similar to like Alabama and similar to all of these teams, they get to Sweet 16 and they don't know how to play basketball. So I think it's going to be the same story for Iowa State. I mean, no disrespect to them, I think they can win it all this year still. They're really good, but just they're not gonna be ready for Tennessee. I don't think anybody has had to answer to Tennessee's rebounding, especially their offensive rebound this tournament. And I certainly don't think Iowa State's gonna have an answer for to stop the boards. So even though Iowa State forces a lot of turnovers, I mean, I don't think they'll be able to get enough on Tennessee and get ahead early on in the game. And they obviously don't have Joshua Jefferson, I don't think at least. So he's out with high
Yeah.
ankle sprain. So Milan Musinovic, I I mean he's great, but I don't think he can single handedly go up against Nate Amend and Gillespie 2v1 them practically for points on the board for 40 minutes straight. So I'm gonna say Nate Amend scores 30 points for Tennessee. He's just really that special. So Tennessee wins. They keep my all four teams in the Final Four alive of Tennessee, Illinois, Duke, and Arizona. That's my four teams I have. So hopefully they all four make it. So Tennessee wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I was very impressed with Iowa State in that Kentucky game, especially that second half. They
It
just
was really
dog.
close though the first
Yeah, it
half.
was a close first half, but that second half, they just absolutely dog walked them. Like that, like I've never seen a team with that many turnovers in one half. They did a really good job forcing turnovers, but to me, this game, Jefferson not playing in this game is
Yeah,
such a big loss for Iowa State. And
Tennessee's
Iowa
fully
State,
healthy too.
yeah, Tennessee's got a fully healthy team, and when one of your best players is out, that is just terrible. And for me, that's literally the only reason why I have Tennessee winning this game. I mean, other than the rebounding and stuff like that, um, I just think Iowa State. This was one of the better years that they've had. They didn't finish off the regular season great. It's just tough how the regular season's gonna or their season's gonna end
Yeah,
for them now. So, but give me Tennessee in a good game. Tennessee is gonna get a big game with Michigan in the Elite Eight.
yeah. Let's not forget. It was exactly last year. Iowa State faced Old Miss. Granted, Old Miss
Hmm.
are a little bit different team compared to Tennessee. They're two completely different teams in my opinion, but similar seeds. Ole Miss was, I think, like a were they a 10, 11? Like
I
they
think
were
they were
both
10 or
they're
something
both
like that.
they're both outside of the top 5 seeds. They were both underdogs, and Ole Miss absolutely gave bell to Iowa State last year. So I think it will be a similar story, man. I mean, they're both SEC teams, and I mean, history always repeats itself. So I mean, I just like I'm just riding or dying with Tennessee. I just gotta keep the bracket alive. So,
Yeah,
but you
there
got
you
anything
go.
else?
I don't, but I don't know. Hopefully, we'll be able to get an Elite Eight video. I don't know. Maybe an Elite Eight for Sunday's games. Probably not Saturday. I'm pretty busy on Saturday. Heading over to
We could do it
Rapid.
tomorrow night or something.
I'm heading to Rapid again tomorrow. So
What do you had?
freaking
Oh, for
I had
tennis.
tennis now, yeah. So that's kind of
Mm,
stupid, but
mm,
um don't you guys worry. Next week, we'll be getting all your guys' Final Four content ready to go. Maybe a video a day, just analyzing each team. Who knows?
yeah,
I don't know. Jonah's heading out to the Final Four. Hopefully he gives us some vlog action
yeah,
because that would be cool. But maybe Tennessee will be there so Jonah can get all Tennessee gear and wear that while Duke's
yeah,
playing. But I I I'm excited for all these games. We definitely have a good slate of
yeah.
games this weekend.
If Nebraska makes a Final Four, Jack might go too. So,
I might have to hop on your plane with you. I might have to hop on the plane
is
with
that
you.
the discussion? If
I
Nebraska
mean,
makes it,
I mean, I'm sure that it will come up. The discussion will come up for sure.
all right, that's valid. But, anyways, there's a lot going on in sports right now with March Madness. Baseball opening day
Yeah.
is going on right now. Paul Skeens looks terrible. O'Neill Cruz looks terrible. The Pirates are in shambles in the first day of baseball
Hey,
already.
it's a
So
close game though.
I've seen enough from the Pirates. I'm already chalking them for the season. But anyways, the NFL draft is coming up too,
Yeah,
which
we'll be locking in on that.
is going to be very interesting. So it's more free agency stuff. Obviously, free agency is going on all throughout. September or when football kicks off. Still
Yeah.
need to see where Tyreek Hill signs. Maybe the
Yep.
Chiefs. I don't know. But we will definitely get a baseball video in sooner rather than later. Might talk about the Twins being 0-5 or 0-6 or however many games
0 and
they've lost.
20.
It's gonna be a brutal season for them. I mean, we should talk. I mean, we might have to talk about Aaron Judge too and his big games because Aaron Judge
or
with
or just in the regular season, first game of the regular season, just going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
but like Aaron Judge on prime time, I don't know what it is, but when he plays prime time, he's like a different player. Like Aaron Judge on prime time is one of the worst baseball players I've ever seen. Like I'm not even kidding you. So
Yeah.
we'll.
Sheesh.
I don't. Obviously, the Yankees. I mean, have so much talent that it doesn't even matter with their pitching rotation. Man, their pitching rotation's so good. They don't even have Luis Heel in their 5-man rotation,
Yeah.
which is insane. So, anyways, that wraps up today's video. We'll probably we'll get a new video in sometime this week. I don't know when, but
Yeah, I don't
watch,
have school at all next week, bro. So
bro. It's shops. I have school Monday through Thursday, so might have to skip a day or two. We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see
fair.
what
Fair.
what the day looks like. So
Stream all day.
stream freaking guy. Anyways, we'll see you boys for our reactions to Illinois and Houston, and we'll see all the reactions. So we'll see you boys on Saturday probably. Peace out.